We've been away for a long time. Now I'm so glad to meet all of you at this time here together. I felt that you need extra teachings on the end time signs. So from now on, every Friday, I will be teaching on very important topics that you should know. So you just prepare yourself, okay? So it will be a very significant materials for your ministries. The topics that I'm going to teach you will be your teaching materials for coming Sunday preachings. Okay? Yeah. So now, here I will start with the main topic. Okay? What are the end time signs? So let me write it down here. What are the end time signs? It's plural. This will be a first topic, so I'll put it down, number 1. What are the end time signs? Okay. Now, starting with this major topic, I will go by lecture number. Okay, lecture number. My lecture used to be very long, but I decided not to go long, make it short, but very concise. And here, lecture number 1. Put down lecture number 1. Lecture number 1. What does biblical end time mean? What does the biblical end time mean? Yeah. What does the biblical end time mean? End time, we are very familiar with that terminology. I will give you the terminology of end time and the study of end time. Study of end time, you know that eschatology. Eschatology. This is a biblical language. End time study. Eschatology. It derives from Greek word eskatos. Eskatos is a Greek word. This eskatos means end time. This end time, eskatos. And ology, eskatos, okay, and logi. Logi means, logical, like that. It's a logi means study. So eschatology means study of the end time. That's the eschatology. Okay. Now, according to the Bible teachings, end time means, in terms of a time gap, okay, under the normal circumstances, we we just consider that end time is just the end time, right before the coming of Jesus, right? That's not the end time terminology described in the Bible. Okay, now, end time, according to the Bible teaching, is this. End time is the first coming of Jesus. It's a BC 4, is the birth of Jesus. Birth of Jesus. And AD 30 is what? Crucifixion of Jesus, resurrection of Jesus, ascension of Jesus. Okay? Crucifixion, resurrection, ascension of Jesus happened in AD 30. Right after that, Pentecost. Then Jerusalem church started. That all happened in AD 30. Okay? So we just call all this together the first coming of Jesus. Now, from that moment, all the way to the second coming of Jesus, the second coming of Jesus, we don't know when. We don't know when. Now, Bible teaches this period means first coming of Jesus all the way to second coming of Jesus. This period, what we call the end time. Okay? This period we call, Bible calls end time. So now we are near, we don't know when Jesus will come. However, we are in the era of the end time of end times, or end time of end time, at the end of the end time. Okay? So today is the end of the end time. Now, this end time period has quite a many different so-called titles or names and expressions. Now, this period, it depends on what Bible describes. This is called church period. This is called church period. Okay? The church period means from first coming to second coming. Yeah. Also, there are many descriptions referring to that particular period. Also, two forces period. Two forces means the power of the Holy Spirit and power of the evil spirit, Satan's spirit. Okay, during that particular period. Also, church ruling period. We have church means not a building. It's a Christian community or Christian, one Christian, or few or many. It's a community of Christians called church, not a building. Okay? So now this period, church, in other words, Christians ruling period. We have power over satanic forces. Church ruling period. Also, anti-Christ period. Anti-Christ, it's not a singular, it's a plural. Anti-Christ will operating during this particular period. Not only that, later when we have a time, I will go over 4 theories on eschatology. Okay? Now, that period, you know the book of Revelation, 7 seals. Have you heard about it? Yeah. Okay? It's a 7 seals period. This span, or 7 trumpet period, or 7 vows period. Now, not only that, this period is birth pains or pangs, birth pangs, plural period. Birth pangs period. So it is from the first coming of Jesus all the way to the second coming of period. It depends on what theological position you are in. We do not know how many years, but it should be a very long period. Okay? However, we are near the second coming of Jesus. But during this period, Bible said all different kinds of connotations, expressions. 7 seals period, 7 trumpet period, 7 bowls period. We will study later on this, okay? We call it end time, and we call it church period, 2 forces period, church ruling period, antichrist period, birth pains period. In other words, birth pain means, listen to me carefully, thinking of our human or animal birth pains. Birth pains starts at some moment and it goes so fast, slowly, and I will tell you later more in detail on this part. Birth pain starts right here as it goes near the second coming, the degree of first pain will be more severe. Okay? So this period we call birth pains period. Now here, lecture number 1. What does the biblical end time mean? Okay? Biblical end time means like this. Got it? It's simple. So you teach this to your people. Okay? Yeah. So lecture number 1 finished.